Good morning, Christian here from Black-Tino Farms. Today we're going to be talking about compost. So as you can see here, I don't know if you can pan out, we have about 3 bins here. We also have another compost location that's at the side of building B. What we've done here is that we've broken it up into years. So for the first year that we were here, we actually started building our compost. Was the first year that we did, and we just added to it. So basically what we did was we took a lot of the garden weeds, a lot of greens that were, cut like fresh grass, fresh cut grass or whatever it might be. And we also took kitchen scraps, that's right. And we threw it in here to begin with. We also took a lot of dead trees, parts or whatever it might have been. And the chicken manure from inside the coops, the turkey manure and the duck manure. And we just threw it in here, we mixed it up, let it break down. And we also included some little things like some manure, which we got from a fantastic neighbor. I just talked to him and asked him if he could lend us, because he has a couple of cows on the other side over there. And we asked him if we can just have a couple of shovelfuls of cow manure. And he actually brought a tractor bucket full of manure and placed it over here on the side for us. And he's done that for the last couple of years. And as a bartering system, because we grow ducks, and he does have a pond in the back in one of the areas that he has here that he owns, he asked if he can have a couple of ducks so that can clean up the pond. And absolutely, that's how we kind of try to create community by each of us bartering something that the other person may need, and you ask politely, and that's how you gain this type of friendship and this type of community. So thank you again, Smiley. So what we're doing here in the first year is we're probably going to be using this one next year. It's already breaking down, as you can see. The pile was about maybe that high, full of weeds, everything that I mentioned, full of it. And it's broken down. As you can see, it's actually getting darker and browner the lower you go. I'm just going to pick out some stuff here. You can see that it's actually breaking down. Beautiful compost. As you get lower, but I mean, every now and then you do have to turn it. You do have to add certain things, like sometimes you'll add like some more dead branches or whatever it might be, greens, and you also add little bits of manure, plus very important one, water. Spray it lightly. You don't have to soak it, but you have to spray it to the point where it starts to break down.
But this bin, year 1, we did all of that in year 1. So the only thing we're adding right now is we added manure and just water. So no other items go in this bin. So we give it time to break down.
That's right.
So that was 2001, right? So in 2002, we did this bin. So do you see the difference?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, 22. So this was 2021, 2022, and this was this year.
Yeah,
you
but
can see the difference.
Sometimes the kids get confused and they say that there's no more room in this area, and then they start putting it in
the wrong bins.
In the wrong bin. So you can see this. There's some stuff that was added this year. So no more items should be added to this bin because it needs time to break down.
That's correct. And as you can see, these big stalks of wood back here, it's not really wood or anything like that. Those are actually sunflower stalks that we broke down and we taken in pieces and just added it to the compost itself. Everything that you have here in the garden, everything that's green, everything that you're not using, if you're cutting down weeds, if you're pulling weeds, or whatever it might be, you can absolutely throw it into a compost pile and create that compost. Now the blessings that we have is that we have all these animals that are contributing to the manure, right? Like so that's natural fertilizer for us. We don't have to pay for that. We just go into the coop, scoop out a huge wheelbarrow full, bring it here, dump it, and as we're dumping it, we're mixing it. Now it is a long process, but I mean, at the end of this process, at the end of maybe 2-3 years, you get this black gold. Like you can't it won't compare to any other soil or anything like that. And you can just add that to your existing garden beds, and it just you watch your vegetation just flourish. It's just unbelievable how much you can actually do with if you have space to do this. I mean, you don't have to have 3 bins. We have 3 bins because we have a property. But you can have one bin, absolutely, and just turn it over and keep turning it over until it breaks down for the year. And every now and then I will cover it. I will put a plastic cover on just to shade it so it can break down in the darkness. I don't like giving it too much sunlight. Just spray it with water, cover it, and it starts to break down. And then you'll start to see all these little critters, all these little insects, all these little bugs, gnats, everything that you can think of, breaking it down. Worms, worm castings, everything that you can see in here is just full of it. And as you can see in the previous videos, when I was turning over the chicken coop, just turning over the soil itself with the fork, all these worms. And the chickens absolutely love it. That's one of the best things that you could ever do. So naturally, we're trying to go as natural as possible. And this is it. I mean, this is a long process, but stick with it. And, at the end of it, you do save a ton of money. You do save on truly enjoying the vegetation that comes from this breakdown. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us on Black-Tino Farms.